Number 99 YouTube live yoga routine. I was about to do this. Boom! I already shut this curtain. My wife told me not to do it no more. She said, stop smacking your hands together. She said, stop going. Boom! She said, she can't watch it. I don't know what's wrong. All right, so this is number 99. And today, I don't have a quote, which is the quote of the day. I don't have a quote. I don't have a quote. Period. Quotation. Always put the period within the quotation. It's MLA. No, I don't know. That could be APA. I don't think so, though. So today, we're going to continue to do the routine that we've been doing, which focuses on subtleness. And we're going to start in the easy pose, do subtle movements, neck rolls, neck stretches. And these movements become more than just movements, more than just stretches. What happens is they become a form of a moving meditation because you're focusing on the breathing. And that focus allows you to be aware of what's going on in the body. And this is a mindset that we're learning on the yoga mat. One, to focus on subtleness, because in the so-called real world, we miss out on the little subtle things. We miss out on maybe the bird chirping or something very, what we would perceive as insignificant because we're not aware. And this routine, in my opinion, I believe allows us to be aware of the subtleness because we're focused on the breathing, makes us aware of what's happening in the body. We gain this mindset on the yoga mat, and then we take this mindset off the yoga mat and use it in the so-called real world. And that's the type of yoga that I teach. Now, could I teach shoulder stands and all? Yeah, of course. I have those videos. Those are on my college website, but I think I have them on my website too. But two things. One, my camera, this camera is not the best camera. I have to buy a new one eventually. So it limits me on some poses. But at the same time, that's a good thing because it allows me to learn new routines that are more subtle. And I don't want to say easy versus difficult because that's perception. Because sometimes a so-called easy pose, where you're just saying the corpse, some people assume, hey, that's easy. If you're trying to do yoga, it might be difficult because sitting still or laid out on the floor is sometimes difficult to have the mind focus on just the breathing while you're sitting still. It is sometimes easier to move because your mind can focus on the movement. Sometimes it's, either way. So we're going to begin in easy pose and then do the movements within easy pose. Then we're going to stand up, go to mountain pose and do 2 sun salutations, and then we'll end it in mountain pose. So let me open this door. I'm going to open it all the way. Thing is, when I open it all the way, there's a house right here, right next to me. There's a guy's window. I think that's his living room. Hopefully, he's sleeping in his bedroom, which is on the other side of the house. So the lights are like, I have 4 lights here and there. But I did position them so they're not going out the door. So we're going to go to easy pose. You're going to get comfortable. Easy pose is the modification of the lotus. Now, if you can do the lotus, you do the lotus. I can't do the lotus. And what happens is I accept that I can't do the lotus. I used to be able to do the lotus when I was a kid. Or if you say you have a problem with the knee, right knee, bring your knee up. It's okay. You're learning acceptance. Accept yourself. This is another mindset that we're learning on the yoga mat. Or you lean against the wall, or you go in an easy pose and do the best you can, or you go in a lotus. If you go into lotus and within a minute or two, you're getting uncomfortable, bring yourself out of it. You're learning to listen to yourself, and that's fine. Just because you commit to a pose doesn't mean you have to stay in it the entire time. You're your own guru. We're learning to listen to ourselves and to our body. And that is a mindset that you take out into the so-called real world. Again, listen to yourself. I'm not saying don't hear someone else talk to you, take in what they're saying, but don't listen. Don't be a follower. You can be a follower if you want. That's a path too. So I like to focus on being your own guru. That's what I like. That's what I do personally, or try to do personally. So the back is straight, hands are in front, do the best you can. And some people put the hands here, you can do that as well. And just focus on the breathing. Now, with the breathing, you're already breathing automatically. So when you focus on the breathing, it's very natural to start controlling the breathing. But that's not what you're doing. You're letting go of control and just watch yourself breathe. You do that by watching the belly go in and out as you inhale and exhale, or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Now pick one and just stick with that one. Don't change it back and forth. Just pick one and stick to it. You tilt the head to the right. Right ear is to the right shoulder. Back is straight, or as straight as you can get it. Left shoulder's down. The focus is on the breathing. And makes you aware of the stretch on the left side of the neck. Makes you aware of maybe an ache in the lower back. For me, I'm aware of something in my lower back. I have an issue with my lower back here. It shoots down my leg. It's actually from my spine. I'm aware of that. But the mindset is be aware of it, but don't focus on it. Don't focus on the so-called problems. Be aware of them, address them, but those problems are not you. You're just aware of them. And bring the right hand to the side of the head. Let the weight of the arm bring the head down. So you do that by relaxing the arm. And that weight, when you relax the arm, brings the head down. You focus on the breathing. Now, it is natural to pull. Even though you try to relax, you pull a little bit. If you're pulling, try not to pull too much. If you are, that's okay too. So focus on the breathing. Aware of the stretch on the left side of the neck. Aware of what's going on in the body. You become aware of what's going on outside of the yoga mat, around the yoga mat. If my door is open, I'm aware of traffic way down the road, but I'm not focused on it. Just aware. Then go ahead and bring the head back to center. Tilt the head to the left. Left ear is to the left. Shoulder, right shoulder's down. Back is straight. Shoulders are level, or as level as you can get them. You're focused on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Again, when you're focused on the breathing, it makes you aware, it heightens your awareness of the stretch on the right side of the neck. And when you're focused solely on the breathing, it gets rid of judgment. It gets rid of your mind trying to be somewhere or thinking, hey, I should be doing it this way or that way. And bring the left hand to the side of the head, let the weight of the arm bring the head down, relax the arm, or relax it as much as you can, and just focus on the breathing. So when you're focused on the breathing, when you're fully focused on the breathing, judgment leaves, and you just accept where you are. And then what happens is the mind and the body connect. The judgment, thinking, hey, I need to do this better, or hey, I'm doing this perfectly. Even that, let go of that mindset. Because those are barriers that will prevent the mind and body from connecting. They go ahead and release, heads back to center. And when the mind and body connects, that is yoga. Now tilt the head back. Now here you're not jarring the head back. You're reaching up. Chin is going straight up. You're focused on the breathing. Take the knuckles, place them under the chin, pushing up. And then go ahead and release. Chin's going down to the chest, back is straight. Focusing on the breathing, feeling stretch in the left side. I'm sorry, not the left side, in the back of the neck. See, I get in a routine. I've been teaching this for 20 years. So I say the same stuff, or almost the same stuff. So I heard a bird, right? So my mind started focusing on the bird. And then I focused on, hey, the dog's not barking. What time will that dog start barking? So my focus left. So clasp the fingers together, palms go to the head, relax the arms, let the arms bring the head down. So when I started focusing on something else, I said something incorrectly because I was not focused on the breathing. See, when you focus on the breathing, a lot of times you are aware of what you're saying. You're on so-called point, right? And then go ahead and release. Head back to center. Neck rolls. The head drops down and around, exhaling. The head goes up and back. You're inhaling. Again, you're focusing on the breathing, which heightens your awareness, makes you feel the stretch in the neck, and it makes you aware of the movement. So what happens is a very subtle movement, but what happens is this movement becomes a form of a meditation and allows you to be aware of subtleness. It's a mindset that we're trying to learn or gain or realize in the yoga mat. And when the head goes to the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you go up. And the head goes to the top. Bring yourself to center. Shoulders to the ears, back, down, and around. Shoulders are going up. You're inhaling. Shoulders are going back and down. You're exhaling. You're linking the movements with the breathing. So when the shoulders are up, you're inhaling. Drop down. You exhale. You're becoming one with the movement. So the shoulders are up. And then you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you go up. Letting the movement become more than just a movement. Becoming a form of a moving meditation. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, bring yourself to center. Now, trunk rotations. Going to the right, down and around. When you're going down and around, the back is straight, and you're reaching out, and you're exhaling. As you're coming up, you're inhaling. Focusing on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Again, that heightens your awareness. I keep up repeating that because it's important. Focus just on the breathing. Link or let the movement link with the breathing. Oh, there's the dog. 5:45 or so. I have a clock right here. Oh, and the guy just showed up the dog. It's too early. It's Saturday. And then you're going to reverse, drop down, exhale. You go up, inhale. People should be up. Is it light out? No, it's a little light. Dawn. It's dawn. I don't know if it's dawn. Dawn's always been tricky. I guess it is dawn. Is dawn part of morning? The morning? I don't know. Then when the trunk goes to the top, bring yourself to the center. I don't know if you can hear the dog. The dog barks around this time all the time. He's a little early today, actually. Probably had to pee because he's on a routine. Like the dog pees every morning. You know, the guy, I don't know who it is at all. I don't know my neighbors. I know a couple of neighbors, but the guy probably works Monday through Friday, and on Saturday, I want to sleep in. The dog's like, you don't know it's Saturday. Like, I got to pee. Okay, so definitely when I veered, started talking about the dog. So left hand is on the right knee, right arm goes up. So think of the spine, pull yourself up. Pull yourself up, reach, and then twist. Palm goes forward in the center of the back. Arm is straight, and it's against the back. And in this pose, you want to make sure the head is twisting. It's natural to twist and then not twist the head, but you want to twist the entire spine if you can. And you focus on the breathing. Now, the subtleness here is when you inhale, the belly swells with air, and it pushes you out of the pose slightly. Let yourself be pushed out. You're letting it happen. You're accepting. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. You're aware of that subtle movement, but you're not focused on it. You're focusing on the breathing. And make sure the head is twisting. I'm going to go ahead and release back to center. Now you're going to go to the outside. Hey, go. And then right hand is on the left knee. Left arm is up. Pull yourself up. Then twist. Palm goes to the floor in the center of the back. Arm is straight. And it's against the back. Make sure the head is twisting. Again, it's natural to be in this pose, twisting, and then the head's like this. I do that. I see people do that all the time. But you want to make sure you're twisting everything, even the head. And again, when you inhale, the belly swells with air, so it pushes you out of the pose slightly. Then when you exhale, you go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement that's happening, and you're aware of that movement, but you're focused on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Make sure the head is twisted. Go ahead and release. So, go. Now that was a gnat or a mosquito. I don't want to kill them, but I don't want to get bitten either. Tricky. Same with spiders. I don't want to kill a spider, but if you don't catch that spider, and he bites one of my kids or something, I don't know what to do. I've tried to catch a spider, be like, boom, boom, boom. The spider's like, boom, boom. Dang. That guy's going to bite somebody tonight. I don't know what's wrong or right. I just don't want to get bitten. That guy was biting my leg, my ankle. But that's my fault. I have the door open with the lights. So, back is straight. There, shut the door. Focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Again, focusing on the belly. Belly goes in and out as you inhale, exhale. Watch that. Or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Watch that. Again, it's natural to start watching your breathing and you start controlling it. What you're doing there on accident, when you're trying to control it, that becomes a barrier and it prevents you from realizing that you're the watcher. if you're just watching your breathing, not controlling it, letting go of control, letting go of judgment, letting go of all those types of things in your mind, those leave, and you realize you're just the watcher. You're the watcher of the breathing. You're the watcher of your thoughts. You're not your thoughts, and so on and so forth. Very enlightening. It takes practice. I get a glimpse of it here and there. If you always do it, then you can take that mindset and apply it in the real world. You're just watching the real world happen, or the so-called real world happen. Of course, you engage because you have to live. But you're still just the watcher. Now we're gonna go to mountain pose. I need to get homeboy out. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. I thought it was a gnat, it's a mosquito. I didn't kill him, I pushed him out. And if he was biting me, I might have just a natural reaction. Don't need to kill him. But the spiders, gotta get those guys. I don't have to kill them though. I used to try to get spiders to go out and then they escape. Then when my kids wake up, I have a big thing on there. Oh, I'm like, oh God. So, mountain pose. Mountain pose, the feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Then each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. And no tension in the arms or the shoulders. And then you're trying to elongate. So you think of I always say a thread of a string, top of the head, pulling yourself up. So that pulls you up, but at the same time, you're lining the bones up of the skeleton to have the skeleton just stand as if you were just your skeleton, trying to find that spot where the skeleton is just standing. And just focus on the breathing. Now bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart center, push the arms out, up and back, inhale, and then you exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back, palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, pulling yourself in and down, and you're still letting yourself breathe here. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air, it pushes you out of the pose slightly. And when you exhale, the belly goes in. Be aware of that subtle movement, but you're aware of it because you're focused solely on the breathing. The palms to the sides of the feet, the left leg is back. We're doing a low lunge. The low lunge, top of the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, or maybe arch. If the back is straight, you're elongating. So you're pushing out, reaching out. And if the back is arched, you're doing a scoop, and you're pushing still. So you think of the hip bones pushing, and you're scooping. That's a Pilates term, but that's the only way I know how to explain it. And in Pilates, you're actually engaging the abs for that scoop. So I'm actually using the word incorrectly. And you just focus on the breathing, set where you are. Now we're going to go to the high lunge, and we're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just going to use it as a transition pose. So toes curl under, knee goes up, get the leg as straight as you can. Then you move into the downward dog. You do that because you don't want to go right from one stretch to the other so quickly. In the downward dog, you're pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor or into the floor, and you are pushing into this pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are. Let go of judgment and let the mind and body connect. And then you'll slide into upper dog, drop down to the knees. In the chest, you slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor only. Of course, the palms are too. And if you can't do this one, you're going to go to small cobra. Small cobra, you're on your belly, chest is up, no pressure on the hands. The hands are touching the floor, but you're using your back muscles. Back muscles are pull muscles, so you're pulling yourself up. Or you go to hands and knees. And then just do the best you can. Accept, 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 accept. We're learning acceptance. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it, arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, or they're into the floor. You're pushing into this pose, and then you're accepting where you are and focus on the breathing. And then you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. And if your back is straight, you're reaching out, you're elongating. And if you're arching, and a lot of people arch here. I can't arch. My back curls a little bit. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way my back is. But I accept it. So you accept where you are and just focus on the breathing. Let go of the mindset of trying to be somewhere, of control. Once you're settled, you accept. And that allows your mind and body to connect, which is yoga. And then with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or so. Then you move into the standing forward bend. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. And just focus on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale, exhale. And then one more sun salutation, and we're going to move into this one a little bit faster. So inhale, then exhale. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Let yourself breathe. So you inhale and exhale. Let your body move. So left foot is back. Low lunge. Focus here, opening up. Even if you're thinking, I'm not opening up as much. Let go. That's judgment. It's not what we're doing. Let go. Opening up is a mindset. So you're doing the best you can, opening up, curl the toes under in the back, high lunge, then downward dog, pushing into it. Really push into it. Then we're going to slide into the upper dog or modify it how you have to. Focus on the breathing. Remember, 100% focus on the breathing. And back to downward dog, that heightens your awareness, lets the sun salutation become a form of a moving meditation. Then you're going to bring the left foot up, low lunge. Focus on the breathing. Opening up, feeling opened. Let go of judgment. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Then arms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, and then exhale. And then the mountain pose. Remember, mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can, and each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, no tension in the arms or the shoulders. Elongate yourself, then line up the bones of the skeleton, where the skeleton is just standing. And I know this is possible. Of course, you're going to use some of the stuff around the skeleton, but 9 bowling balls. Somebody lined up, Guinness Book of World Records, lined up 9 bowling balls. They have no tendons, ligaments, skin, and he lined them up. That's what you're doing with the skeleton. And then just let the body be what it's going to be and focus on the breathing. Now you're just going to watch yourself breathe. Don't control it. Eventually, not eventually, you'll start controlling it sometimes. And then when you realize, hey, I'm controlling it, just let go and watch yourself breathe. So we're going to stay here just a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. So that's number 99. Look. That guy's got to get out. That's a mosquito. He will bite you. Go out, man. Get out. He can understand English. He's an American. He's an American mosquito. They're big like pterodactyls. That's a big mosquito. Okay, he's not as big as a pterodactyl, but in mosquito land, I bet he's a big mosquito. Like all his brothers and sisters, like, man, you're big. Man, you're growing faster than all of us. Now he's on the camera. I'm looking at the camera, so it looks like I'm trying to look at the audience, but I'm actually looking at a mosquito. Anyways, number 99 YouTube yoga routine. And tomorrow will be 100. And then I will have 265 more to go. Easy. First week was like, man, what did I get myself into? Now it's easy because it's become part of my day. I wake up, boom, turn on the camera, boom, knock it out. Becomes part of my day, and I actually enjoy it. Now the camera limits the poses, but at the same time, I think it's a good thing because I'm thinking differently. It's forcing me to think differently about yoga. Even after 20 years of teaching, I'm not thinking big poses. I'm not thinking, hey, I need to do this, or I'm doing the same stuff, that I used to do. It's making me do subtle stuff. That's very important. I didn't realize until maybe routine number 95%. So it's all going to work out. And eventually on this channel, I'm going to start doing interviews. I was going to ask somebody yesterday about an interview, but I thought, let me pull back a little bit because I'm not sure the quality of the cameras is up to par. And actually, I don't even know how to do it, honestly. I don't know how to do it. I can figure it out. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.